Hello there, everybody, and today I'm here to talk about Daredevil Born Again, episodes 5 through 6. And I gotta say, these episodes do not disappoint at all. This show keeps getting better and better as it goes on, and I can't believe there's only 3 weeks left of this show, but we're gonna make it worth it, and it's definitely gonna be awesome. So, episode 5 is more of a bottle episode. It doesn't have as many characters, but there's definitely a story for sure. This is where Matt Murdock is at some business meeting at a bank. That's where he meets Kamala Khan's dad, who's surprisingly in this. So it's nice they're paying parallels to those characters from the other MCU projects, because Daredevil so far feels like it could be outside the MCU, but it's definitely part of the MCU now, even the Netflix show. So it's nice we're seeing other characters in it, and we even see a Funko Pop of Ms. Marvel. So Funko Pops are a thing now. But apparently, after Matt leaves, it's even St. Patrick's Day. But apparently, a group of robbers break into the bank, and it causes Matt to flee back to the bank and decides to help out the people who are getting held hostage. And he needs to create a diversion to help them escape the criminals. But apparently these gang members are not working for Fisk. They're apparently doing their own thing. But when we do see these criminals, they're like deadly. Like, you could think this is a typical bank robbery, but the way they handle it is actually makes it super intriguing to watch. But we know Matt's going to be fine. We don't know if he's going to go full Daredevil mode when you first see it. But when he does is where one of the criminals holds him hostage, and he tries to go to the bathroom. But I first thought it was a bad idea for Matt to sneak back to the bank, but when I saw what he was trying to do, then I was hooked. He basically takes off his tie and literally chokes the criminal out, knocking him out, even catching his gun so he doesn't create too much noise. But apparently these criminals are after some diamond, and they're trying to get Kamala Khan's dad to open the vault. But apparently when Matt does take out the other goon, the two work together to get the thing so they can give it to the criminals. But what they actually do is, here's the cleverest part of the episode. While this is all going on, the cops are trying to get into the building, but the criminals are literally willing to shoot Matt in the head. But what Matt does is he's willing to toss the jewel to help save all the people's lives in there. But when they're about to catch it, a smoke grenade goes in there. All the cops show up in the nick of time, and Matt manages to, here's the cleverest thing he does. He manages to switch the diamond with a candy Kamala Khan's dad tried to offer Matt earlier in the episode. But the episode ends with Matt putting on one of the criminals' mask, and he grabs 2 batons and literally takes out the main guy. And also the one girl sneaks out of the building with the diamond, and of course she gets the candy treat. And the episode ends with Matt and Kamala Khan's dad. I know he has a name, sorry. Like I said, not good with names. But that episode was really good, even though it was a bottle episode. We didn't see Fisk in this episode, surprisingly, even though he's literally in every episode so far, but not this one. But the other thing that happens in the next episode, this is where things get really good. We see the return of the serial killer that's been killing various people. He literally kills 2 teenagers while he's spray painting. His name is Muse. I don't know if he's a newer character in the Marvel Comics, but he is deadly. He looks actually terrifying. He's honestly as scary as Victor Zsasz in Batman or Professor Pig. But what he does is literally he takes people's eyes out, and it's quite graphic, and he just spray paints as a hobby. And we see the various graffitis throughout the episode. But Matt's trying to track down this guy, and he first thinks he shouldn't do it as Daredevil, just as Matt Murdock, but he decides to finally don the costume. The red and black costume. And while that's all going on, Fisk is actually trying to take out Muse as well. But he wants to do use more violent methods, where he actually unleashes his animal rage, as we saw in the Netflix show, where he literally finds a prisoner he for some reason has held captive, and he literally just tears him apart. And we're seeing parallels of the two getting their mantles back together, Matt and Kingpin. But Matt does go in full rage mode in this episode when he does fight Muse, who has kidnapped the White Tiger's daughter, Ava, I'm pretty sure her name is. I think it was niece, actually. But it leads to a battle between the two, and it's actually entertaining, and we actually hear the Daredevil music, and it's quite an engaging moment. He takes out Muse, he rescues her, and I think that's the episode. But we also got a bunch of other stuff in this episode, of course. But the most interesting thing about it was Matt and Kingpin. Like, Charlie Cox kicks ass as Daredevil, and Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin. I'm so happy they're in these roles, and they can finally unleash their true potential of these characters. And we see a lot of good things throughout this whole episode. So I give this episode probably a 10 out of 10. This episode, the 5th episode, probably an 8 out of 10. But I'm excited for the last 3 episodes for sure. If I missed something, sorry, but I think I broke down this episode pretty good. So with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.